Ich hab im Traum geweinet.
It was terrible!
It is, was, and always will be a storm city, first and foremost.
The wind howling. It was beautiful. Amazing.
Unearthly, like a sea of wild creatures
People
or
don't know what
something.
the fuck they're talking about.
I don't think I'll ever forget it.
That's stupid, of course. Obvious. It's not like anyone could. Not anyone who lived through it anyway.
I don't think we'll see something like that again. Not for a long time. It had a great run, though.
I used to love thunderstorms as a kid.
August 29th, 2005.
A show like that comes along once in a generation.
There's a pride here on the island. We are a community of survivors.
My first hurricane was back in '99. I was just a kid.
Hurricane Katrina made landfall in southeast Louisiana.
Hurricane Floyd touched down in North Carolina. Oh, that's where I was born, North Carolina.
I was getting the shows on tape from Blockbuster.
This is a storm city. Go to the Historical Society. You won't hear about the hundreds of thousands of immigrants who came in through our ports. First thing you'll hear...
First thing you'll hear is a deathly silence, if you ever experienced one anyhow. That's not from the storm. It's an anxiety that settles over your home, a thick darkness that seems to overtake you.
First thing you'll hear is about the storm of 1900. The great storm of 1900.
You want to talk about a storm?
There I was, a little kid running down the street in the hurricane with my mother chasing after me. Christ, my poor mother.
Over 100 years ago, and it's still the deadliest storm in American history.
One of the 5 deadliest storms in U.S. history.
10 seasons, and I watched every one. I started hanging out in coffee shops too, but it's just not the same when you're living in Houston. Where's my Ross?
They made me leave. I wanted to stay, but I didn't have a choice. I'm behind the seawall. I didn't need to leave my home.
Hell, where's my Joey?
They didn't need to make me.
You want to talk damage? You want to talk devastation? You want to talk fucking human life getting eaten up in the cogs of bureaucracy?
I think that was the first time. You know, I can't remember for sure. It was too long ago.
Of course, no one on the island now was alive to see the storm of 1900, but we all own that as if it were our own memory. It's part of the collective unconscious of the island.
But I do remember it was raining.
And there it was. The last episode of the last season. It was like an odyssey, you know, like Homer or something. The Greek one, not the cartoon.
I could hear it raining outside, but inside too. Inside me. I just needed to get outside. The rain was safe.
This place ain't fucking Texas. The poverty there, people were eating their own shit, you know.
I can take care of myself. I can take care of my home. If water comes in, I can do something. I can protect my things. I can protect my life.
The rain was safe.
And no one had the right to take that away from me.
I felt like I was going to burst, like something was filling my lungs. I had to get out.
No one.
Out of the rain.
Out of my home.
I had everything just right. My VCR was on. My daughter had come over to make sure it was working because sometimes, you know, I press something and I don't know. Put this on 3, change this, put that.
People know what they're getting into moving here, but we're proud to be part of this island. Our island.
Those people talk about their tragedies. They don't know the first thing about tragedy.
My new stepdad didn't understand. Somehow I didn't think he could hurt me out there. That the rain would keep me safe.
People don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
You can't even begin to imagine. God, if anyone heard me talking like this, they probably had me locked up. My friends keep waiting for me to have some sort of meltdown. I keep telling them I'm too angry to break down. Somehow that doesn't comfort them.
The rain didn't keep me safe.
The rain destroyed everything.
The rain, the winds, the floods, come what may, we'll still be here. We'll just build and rebuild because we love our island.
When those levees broke, that city was pulverized. It will never rebuild. It will never be back.
And that was just the beginning.
Everything was perfect.
Everything was destroyed.
Everything got worse at home. And the rain wasn't the safe place it had been.
Devastation is part of our culture, our understanding of ourselves here.
Because he could find me there.
Things will never be the same.
But I'll never forget it. September 13th, 2008. We were living not far from Galveston then.
I suppose we all find some way to shape and define our lives through our own personal tragedies.
The popcorn was ready, remote control. I even turned my phones off.
Everything was destroyed.
Everything was perfect.
And their personal triumphs.
What a sight. The wind howling. It was beautiful. Amazing.
I started the show.
It was incredible. My great storm.
You people have no fucking clue. You whine about your petty miseries, your broken windows, when people's lives are destroyed and lie in ruins.
I think I cried from the very beginning. It's sad to see things come to an end.
How could so much of my life, of myself, be made of paper?
There was a power to it that I felt again for the first time in years, like I could be safe being held by the storm.
And then it happened.
You can't really imagine it until it happens, you know?
I went out into the hurricane. I ran out, my God. The thrill, the freedom, the terror. It was unbelievable.
I'm not trying to be heartless. I know you have your problems. I know hurricanes are tough, but suck it up. Don't steal New Orleans thunder. Fuck, now you got me making terrible puns.
The power went out. Right at the end. I couldn't believe it.
I never went back. I don't even know if my parents looked for me. Well, my mom went away. My stepdad is thrilled, I'm sure.
The storm ruined my life.
The storm saved my life.
All these damn storms always making a mess out of everything.
The great storm defined its period. And our city.
I had to return the tape. The power didn't come on for days. And I'm not going to start with that late fees machines.
You start talking to hurricane survivors. Everybody's got a fucking story. This guy's power went out for 2 days. This one's got a roof leak. People lost their fucking lives in Katrina. At least they got people out of Galveston in time. The only people who stayed were fucking morons. And if they died, to hell with them. All the better for the gene pool.
I know that the hurricane was terrible and all, but sometimes something terrible has to happen to make things change.
I couldn't get back on the island for so long. No one could.
I know what you're thinking. So go, rent the show again. What's the problem? I'll tell you what the problem is. It's the principle of the thing. I rented it once already, and I should have been able to see it, but you know what? Wasn't meant to be.
People don't want to deal with the fact that people are losing their lives.
I came home, if I can call it that, to a biohazard zone. Everything I owned was covered with mold.
It was my wake-up call. Yeah, things are tough. I'm out on my own now, but I'm free.
I remember when I first saw it. It's like a moment, frozen in time, unearthly, like a sea of wild creatures or something. And suddenly, immediately, I was struck by all the things I forgot in my haste to pack and leave.
It's another entry in our catalog of great storms. We're down but we're still breathing.
Years of journals, photographs,
Maybe there are just some things we're not supposed to know.
letters and books, and
I know this sounds awful, but I can't wait for the next storm. There's something so soothing. When you're outside and you feel the wind and the spray of the water, it's like if you lifted up your arms, you would be taken into flight.
just the remnants of a life. My life.
It's like you're no longer in the world.
Maybe there are some things that just aren't meant to be.
It's like you're of the world. I remember that from church. I don't think the priest ever got it, though.
Sometimes I just wish these people would experience a real personal tragedy. The death of a husband or wife, child, something. Just to give them some fucking perspective.
When people ask how I am, I just say, fine. It's all they really want to hear. I mean, anything else you come across as a narcissist or something.
We're a tough people. You want to help us? Come support our city. Come to Dickens on the Strand. Come to the beach. Come to our bars and restaurants.
I'll never forget dragging my stuff to the curb, seeing years of life, my life, pile up in bags and get carted off by strangers. I mean, it's like seeing what happens after your own death. After everything that was ever dear to you becomes scraps for the next generation to dismantle.
It's Houston. You come to expect the rain. Don't like the weather? Wait 20 minutes, it'll still be forgotten.
It's Galveston. It is, was, and always will be a storm city, first and foremost.
I do wonder sometimes, though, about the night I ran away.
Well, as for me, I guess I'm fine. The world seems a lot quieter these days, though. And with Katrina being so recent, I think we've all been essentially forgotten.
I mean, did my mother chase me? Did she chase me like she did when I was little? Or was it just time for her to let me go?
I lost so many things. And I know, they're just things. I know it in my head anyway. I just don't know how to let them go.
In times of crisis, you see the best and the worst in people. Look how New Yorkers came together in 9/11. Galveston, Houston, they had their chance. They had their chance to say, yes, we're damaged, but New Orleans needs America's support right now. Don't forget about them just because they're not the hot topic of the news this week. They had that chance. And they failed.
It's funny how things change your life. My daughter just started me on Netflix. I just tell them what shows and movies I like, and they come to me in the mail. No late fees, none of that service. Too bad I didn't find this sooner. Friends. I'll never forget it.
Thousands and thousands of people have lived here at one time or another. Thousands of residents, thousands of storm stories. Seems everybody has one.
It changed my life.
Who I am, really.